Okay, welcome to the Dublin Academy for Maths. Okay, so today what I want to do is the same again, is you take down these questions. Okay, I'll just run them through quickly. This is 2001, paper 1, question 3b. Before I go on, Leaving Cert, Ordinary Level Maths, Series 1, Episode 7. Now, this is where I'm stopping. I'm going to stop here and I'll have another 4 videos, but you'll have to pay for the extra 4 videos. So these first 7 are free on YouTube. You should get me on YouTube or either Facebook. Now, 2001, I saw a question here. It says simplify this. Okay, so there's a trick in this. Not a trick, there's a quick way out of it, and that's a plus and a minus, and I'm not going to say anymore. And make it all equal to 6. Well, you have 2 options: multiply that by all of that, that by all of that, or you can see something in there. And anyway, you will equal to 6, and then you continue on, and whatever you simplify, you make it equal to 6 amount. Next year is 2011, paper 1, 3a and 3b. Multiply 3x minus 1 by 2x squared plus 5x minus 4. Okay, so this is a polynomial. A polynomial is anything that has higher powers, decreasing powers. So this is a power of 3, so it's going to be good 3, 2, 1. And it says anyway that you just simplify it. So add what's like terms, remember, like indices, and solve for x. So we multiply across the top by the LCM. It's a big long equation, and they cancel out and make a linear equation, and we can solve it from there. Now this is another important question from 2007, paper 1, question 2c. Now at this stage you should have probably got the papers, because I won't be. I'll be just putting them down. What questions to do in future, I think. Anyway, solve the equation x minus 1 over x is equal to 2. Similar to this one. Okay, and put it in the form of a plus or minus b and verify your solution. So when you get this form, as we were going to go back over the question in 2006, which we rushed the last day, I'll show you how to form this way, and then verify our solution. Okay, so that's for today. For next week we're going to do that. You should have those questions done, and any problems you should email me at dublinacademy@gmail.com. Now let's get on to this question here. We see that this is 2006 and x is equal to, we solved this equation, was this fraction, we multiplied this across by that, and we came out with this quadratic. Now we signed the coefficients 1, minus 4, minus 3 into this equation, and we got x is equal to. Okay, and we ended up with x is equal to 4 plus or minus the square root of 28 over 2. And it said that in the question it says that express it in the form of a plus or minus b. So it must be in the form of a plus or minus b. Now as you can see, that's not in that form, it's got a fraction here. So I can divide 2 into 4 anyway, but I also must divide 2 into 28. And root 28 is also equal to, this is surds, root 28, we get the factors of 28, which is equal to 4 times 7, root 7. Okay, so root 4 times root 7. So I'm going to change that to 4 plus or minus root 4 by root 7. Okay, and we know that all over 2, the square root of 4 is 2. So that's going to be 4 plus or minus 2 times root 7 all over 2. And we see now that 2 can actually go into this, 2 goes into this once, 2 goes into this twice. And we're left with 2 plus or minus minus root 7, and that's your answer. Okay? So continuing on with that question. So we have the roots, 2 plus or minus root 7, and it says put your, maybe I shouldn't have wrote that out, but anyway, so that's what x is equal to. And it says prove, where's the question? It says using this value here, show that the difference between the left hand side and the right hand side of the given equation is less than 0.1. Well, the given equation was this: x is equal to 3 plus 2x over x minus 2. Now when you get the root of 7, you will, and it says gives your answer to 2 decimal places. So that's point something 5, or for example, so it has 2 decimal places. So what you do is you solve this equation, root 7, 2 plus or minus, so you got 2 plus And root 7 is 2.65. So it's 2 plus or minus 2.65. Take the 2 plus 2.65. So that's equal to 4.65, or what's the other one? Or 4.65, or minus 0.65. Minus 0.65. So we have two answers to this. But I only need one. I'm not going to put the minus in because the minus only gives me problems. So I put it in everywhere I see x, 4.65. Everywhere I see x, I put it in because it's telling me we've solved it. Unknowingly, we've solved this equation, and we now can put it in. And when we put it in, I can see that when I do the calculator out, I get an answer that 4.65 where is it now? It's 4.65, and we did the whole equation and it became is equal to 12.3, and I'm not going to go through the equation because it's basic maths. 2.65, and we found that the difference was 4.65 related to 4.641. Okay, so that brings it 2 decimal places. That 1 doesn't change to 4, so it just becomes 4, and the difference was 0.00849 to 2 decimal places, so it's 0.01. Okay, so the 8 changes that, so that's the difference of, so it is less than 0.1. Okay, so the value was, is it less than 0.1? Yes, it is less. This is less than 0.1. Okay, so that's the answer I got, and that it is arithmetic. Okay, so in the end it was proven that the difference between these two is less than 1. Okay, because it's 0.00849. I want to change that down as 0.089. 9 changes this to a 5. I can bring that 5, changes that 0.08 to a 9, because the 5 changes the 8 to the 9. Okay, so that's how you deal with decimals. Right, now, and let me continue with that. That was quite a good question. Now, there's something relative here. These questions here are all relative. You know, this is the. So we're going to go on to another question, and we're alright. It says that's okay. Factorize this one. X squared. This is 2008. That's paper 1, and it's question 2C, and it says factorize this. So we say factorize x squared plus 4x plus 4. Okay, right, and so that's the first one. I'm going to rub all this out because we don't need this now. So I have to factorize this. So the factors of plus 4 are 2 by 2, and I can see that they add to give me the factors of this. Okay, they add to give me the, how do I check? 2x, 2 by 2x, so 2x plus 2x is 4x. We multiply the outsides, we multiply the insides, and we add them, and we get 4x, which is the middle term which we're interested in. So we've got x plus 2x plus 2. Can that be written in another way? Yes, it can. It can be called x plus 2 squared, because it's the same as 4 by 4, which is 4 squared. Okay, so it's all relative. And so continuing on down, it says next simplify. They're using the answer again. Simplify this, which is quite long. X squared plus 4x plus 4 plus root x squared plus 2x plus 1. Okay, and it says simplify that. Now we can see that there's this is the same equation, and I know that that can go in here. Okay, so it's x plus 2 to be squared, which we factorized to be squared. And we're looking at this one. What's the factors of x squared plus 2x plus 1? Can you see them? Now it's up to you to follow this along. X squared plus 2x plus 1. And it said to simplify this. So this doesn't look simplified. So I know that there's an answer in here. The factors of 1 are 1 by 1 and also minus 1 by minus 1. We also have minus factors of, but the ones that add to give me 2 is this. This adds to give me minus 2. So I'm only interested in this one here. Okay, so I put in x plus 1 by x plus 1. Now I know that this equation here is that which is x plus 1 all to be squared. Okay, so this is plus x plus 1 all to be squared. Now it says, so here I have a square and a square root. So I'm going to cancel these. And you say, what? How do you mean you're going to cancel? Well, if I've got 4 and I've got it squared and then I've got it rooted, square rooted. Well, let's do the equation. That becomes the square root of 16, which is equal to 4. Okay, so you just cancel them out. So I'm left with x plus 2 plus x plus 1, and it's very simple. It becomes 2x plus 3. So this formula has now become this formula. So you see the whole weaving pattern of this of the way maths goes. I mean, it is interesting, you know, that they can get from this to this, and how they can get from that to that. It's all very interesting in that respect. So the next part, it says solve, still on 2C part 3, and it says solve for x when this is equal to, so it writes it out again, so when x squared, okay, I'm going to write it down, okay, we'll do it all. X squared plus 4x plus 4 plus x squared, I'm writing out the same equation again. If you have the thing, the papers, you will see them, is equal to x squared. So I've already solved this out. So then I know what this answer is. It's here. So it's 2x plus 3. I mean, in maths, we don't really go through an awful lot of effort. We see what's on the table and we kind of work with what we have. We kind of use our senses to see what we can do with it. So we're making that equal to x squared. So what do? We make a quadratic equation out of it. And remember, when we bring them over, we make it all equal to 0. Okay, I've just brought them over and I brought the equal to 0 and make it equal to 0. No big deal. Okay? Now I'm looking at minus 3. The factors of minus 3 is 1 by minus 3. Or minus 1 by 3. Which add to give me minus 2. Okay, so you can add smaller to larger, minus 2. So I know these are my factors. X plus 1 by x minus 3. And if these are my factors, what are my roots? We make little equations out of them. And we find that x is equal to, bring it across, change its function, and it becomes plus or minus, whatever. X is equal to minus 1 or x is equal to 3. Sorry, x is equal to minus 1 or x is equal to 3. Yeah, the difference is minus 2x. Okay, yeah, that seems okay. Yeah, that's fine. So that's it. So remember to do the questions, and I will be doing. I will have 7 more videos. I've done 7, so I have 4 more extra videos, and they're all going to be all leaving cert questions. Now remember that only you can ask me to do questions, and you know, if you copy these and send them to your friend will only get so much, you know, they won't get the full, and it's only €20 a month, and I think, or €20 for the whole series. So series 2 will be €20, and that's series 2. I'm going to be doing the line, geometry of the line. Okay, thank you very much. This has been very interesting. We hope to continue now with the responses we get. We hope to continue, and thank you very much. Bye bye.